Right, so Billie Eilish started this trend where she would get interviewed year after year to see how much time changes things. I recently had to edit a video like this for Tanner, and it kind of inspired me to do it for myself. I really just want to see how much I changed over the years, so this is year one. Alright, we're doing this thing. Oh, this will be fun. Today is December 28th, 2020. What a year it's been. How many subscribers on YouTube do you have? I currently have 22,150 subscribers. How many subs do I think I'll have in a year? Oof. A lot could change in a year. If this year didn't prove anything, I don't know what would. I mean, at the beginning of this year, I had 17,000, and granted, the difference between 17,000 and 22,000 is only like 5,000, but this year was kind of all over the place. I started working for another YouTuber full-time the beginning of this year back in March, so I really didn't do a whole lot this year on my channel anyway, so the fact that I gained 5,000 subscribers by really not even doing a whole lot is kind of an accomplishment. Not too shabby. What was the last video you uploaded? So the last video I uploaded is currently the car reveal for my Civic that I got. Currently it's sitting at like 1,700 views, almost 1,800 views, 270 likes, pretty cool. But the last three videos before that are the trio of videos that I made when I went out to Seattle. I can't wait to see how less awkward I get. It's gonna be so nice. How many total views do you have on your YouTube channel? So far, I have literally just over 1 million total views, although on my channel it only says like 600,000, 700,000, because I basically took down a ton of old streams that I just didn't want on the channel anymore, plus it was kind of hurting the channel's performance, so I took a bunch of streams down, and that took off like 350,000 views off my channel. But technically speaking, I'm over 1 million views just, but YouTube only displays like 700,000 views, which kind of sucks, but what you gonna do? How many do you think you'll have in a year? I'm hoping that within the next year, it's gonna be tough because the next year I feel like is gonna be kind of all over the place, but I really want to try and get to 2 million. It's gonna be kind of probably a little bit tricky to get to, but I really want to try and get to 2 million total views by the end of next year, which I don't know if that's very far-fetched or if it's not. I don't know. What kind of content do you make? Currently, I don't know. Basically, I make a lot of gaming content, but at the same time, I really don't. I'm trying to focus more on the IRL content, more vlogs, stuff like that, more just in real life stuff. I like editing that stuff a lot more, and I like making that content. I'm a lot more proud of the content that I make that's more IRL compared to like a Forza video or a GTA video. However, over the next year, I do think I'm going to be making a lot more gaming videos, especially if Horizon 5 comes out this year. Hopefully, I'm not looking back from the future and saying, oh yeah, that game was a flop as well. Horizon 4 flopped a little bit. But in a year's time, I really hope that I'm making definitely a lot more IRL content, but I definitely want to be uploading at least a little bit more, because this year I was very, very scarce in my uploads, again, because I've been working full-time for another YouTuber, so it's kind of hard to keep up. But over the next year, I have a lot of stuff planned, and I'm very excited for it, so I'm hoping that over the next year, a lot more IRL videos for sure, but also there's probably going to be a lot more gaming videos as well if Horizon 5 drops. Anyways, if not, then probably more IRL stuff. How is your mental health? So far, it's kind of all over the place. It's good, but it's bad, but it's good. Mostly good. Mostly good. I can say that, though. How much do you weigh? Currently, I weigh like 192 pounds. I went from, I think, 196. That was the highest I've ever been, and I'm finally starting to get down, and I'm hoping that in the next year, I would like to try and get down to... It's difficult because I'm an editor full-time, and I sit in this chair the entire time while I'm working, so I don't really move around very much, but I'm hoping I really want to get down to like 175. We'll go there. If more, that would be great, but 175 is where I'm trying to aim for. What is your current living situation? So right now, I'm currently living with my mom and my sister here in the middle of Iowa, basically the middle of nowhere, in my little bedroom that I don't really like, but we move. I do plan on moving in the next year. By the time you see the reflection video for this video next year, you'll know where you'll know what I'm talking about, but oof, cannot wait. That's all I can say. Relationship status. Oh, brother. Single. Listen, it's fine, I'd rather have love find me than me search for love, because right now I'm pretty content with my life, and I'm pretty content with being single and kind of just doing my own thing, which is fine. But like, obviously I would like to have someone there, but at the same time, I don't want to have someone there just for the sake of having them there. It's important that you don't do that. It's important that you know when you are ready, and that you're not just going out to date for fun. So that's what I'm really trying to avoid. It's just trying to have dating be kind of like a pastime, or a hobby, if you will. Just waiting for the right person. How many followers on Instagram Instagram do you have? I currently have 2,291 followers. In the next year, I would like to try and have, I really want to get to 10K. I really want to get to 10K. The next year, that might be a little tough, but I really want to get to 10K followers on Instagram. That'd be nice. How many followers on Twitter? On Twitter, I currently have 1,261 followers. In the next year, I want to get that to 5K. That would be pretty dang cool. Personally, I would rather go on Twitter more so than Instagram, but that's just personal preference. What is your most liked Instagram post? So, this one's a bit interesting. My most liked Instagram post is this stupid picture of a drag tire that I didn't even take. I found it on Facebook and reposted it, and for whatever reason, it got like 2,300 likes. I'm not gonna count that one because I didn't take the picture and it was just a stupid repost. I didn't know what I wanted my Instagram page to be about at the time. However, the next best thing was a picture that I did take while I was out in Seattle, and it is probably my favorite picture that I've taken to this day, possibly, and if not, it's a close second, is this picture of Jack's R8 out in Seattle when we went on the supercar cruise out to Leavenworth, Washington. Currently, that picture has 748 likes. That's pretty much my most liked Instagram post at the time being. I would really like to hit 1,000 on one of my own pictures. 1,000 likes on a picture that I took in the next year would be kind of like the minimum that I want to achieve. 1,500 would be cool. Does the future scare you? Well, it didn't, but it does now. You know, I don't think any of us expected this year to go anything like how it went. I had a lot of big goals that I set for this year, and I was really hoping for a lot of good things this year, which, to be fair, a lot of good did come from this year. I'm not gonna lie. I can't deny that. Got a car. I'm basically halfway to my dream job. Like, I edit for YouTube, where YouTube is what I want to do full time. So I'm basically halfway there. And to edit for the people that I do and be in the circle that I am is super, super cool in itself. To answer the question, I don't really focus too much on the future just because I like to live in the present. I don't like to get too caught up in planning or worrying about the future. You're never truly going to be happy if you're just constantly worrying about the future, reliving on mistakes you made in the past. Just live in the now. Who is your most followed follower? Okay, on Instagram, I actually don't know. It's very difficult to tell on Instagram. There's like no good way of telling, but I'm pretty sure it's Jack with 150,000 followers. I really don't know. It's probably someone else, probably like a brand account. I genuinely don't know. On Twitter, on the other hand, now that one's a different story. It's still very difficult to check. Currently, my most followed follower on Twitter would be McJuggernuggets. So he has like 419,000 followers. We'll just say 420,000. And then I think second would be probably Slushy. And then behind that would probably be Tanner. Have you been recognized in public? Yes, a few times actually. So the very first time I was at a car show local to me, which I never thought would happen because of the fact that I was pretty much in the middle of nowhere and my channel is still small. So I never expected someone to actually recognize me. But basically, it was like 2 or 3 years ago at a Cars and Coffee. I wish I was filming the interaction, but this kid came up to me and he was like, "Yo, are you Stonix?" I was like, I hold my camera. I was like, "Wait a minute." Yeah? That's pretty cool in itself. And then I got recognized actually when I was out in Seattle, right before the supercar cruise started. I had someone come up to me. If you ever see me in public, do not be scared to come up to me because I'm just some guy I'm just a guy, you know? What is your most viewed video? Currently, I'm not proud of it, but it's one of the Lego videos that I made. 7 cars coming to Lego FH4. And that's currently sitting at 147,000 views. I'm really not proud of that. There's a close second, which is the fastest way to level up in FH4. 126,000 views. That came out like literally a few days after the game came out. Both videos I'm really not proud of, to be honest with you. I wish I would have a different video that hit those numbers. If I could have one video that hit those numbers, it'd be the kind of videos that I made, like the car reveal, the last couple Seattle videos, like that style. I feel like just I'd be so much more proud of that, getting that kind of like views rather than a stupid video talking about Lego cars that never even ended up coming to Forza. God, that was a flop. What's your biggest goal with YouTube over the next year? In a year, I really want to hit 50,000 subscribers. It's kind of out there because this year I only gained 5,000, and I'm basically saying in the next year I would like to gain like 27,000. It's a lot, but I really hope that can happen. That would be pretty dang cool. Plus, if Horizon 5 comes out, I'm very hopeful. I've got a lot of goals, but I hope that within the next year I can try and hit 50,000 subscribers. That would be cool. Do you feel pressure with YouTube? Currently, no, which is nice. I'm sure that'll change, but right now I'm sitting at 22,000 subscribers. My upload schedule really doesn't even exist because I'm working full-time for another YouTuber, so I don't have time to make my own videos. I don't have anyone relying on me for anything, so it's pretty nice. What did you achieve in 2020 and what do you want to do in 2021? So something big that I accomplished this year is obviously the job that I have editing full-time for a pretty well-known YouTuber and being connected to some of the world's like biggest YouTube editors and like some of the bigger YouTubers as well, which is very cool. I know like that I did not expect expect that to happen at all this year, but it did. I also hit 20,000 subscribers, which is cool. I also hit 2,000 followers on Instagram, which is cool. In 2021, I just hope to do much bigger things, and I hope to just get the ball rolling on the channel and kind of get something going, because I think 2022 is going to be a big year for the channel, and I really can't wait for that. So I hope in 2021 we get the ball rolling, we get some momentum on the channel. Like I said, 50k subscribers would be cool. What do you want to do in the next year that you haven't already? This kind of ties into the last question, but I really want to make a video that hits 250,000 views. That's kind of like one big thing for me, is I want to have a video that I'm hopefully proud of hit those numbers. That would be insanely cool. Obviously, within the next year, I'm going to be moving out, and I don't have experience living on my own, so that's one big thing that I really hope does go well over the next year. And there's a lot more things that I want to do, but again, just with how this year went, you just don't know. What is your top 3 coolest moments of this year? That's very difficult. Okay, so easily, number 1, the Seattle trip was my first time flying in general, my first time having a trip like that. The entire trip in general, just being out there with the boys and hanging out and meeting a lot of the boys that I've been playing Xbox with for the last like 2 years, finally meeting them in person was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. And just a lot of the things that we did, like going to the track, doing the supercar cruise out to Leavenworth, even just like things that I didn't do on camera, like playing Jackbox with the boys. Such a good experience, and I can't wait for that to kind of be more of a lifestyle, an everyday lifestyle, than just a one-off trip that I take. Second coolest thing is probably starting work for Tanner, because I've been watching Laserbeam and her for years now, and it's just very crazy that I found myself in the position that I'm working for one of them now. So and I'm kind of like in the circle. It's very crazy. It literally kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm very thankful for it, and it's very cool. The people that I've met, like I'm acquaintances with KSI's editor, Logan Paul's editor, like some of the biggest editors on YouTube. Like I've met so many people along the way throughout this last, like, I guess 9-10 months now, that I never like thought I would meet. It's pretty dang cool. Honestly, the third coolest moment is buying my own car. I didn't ask like someone else for the money to do it. I did it on my own, and I think that's something that I'm probably the most proud of out of this year, is being able to prove that I can do my own thing, and that I more or less not even proving to other people, but proving to myself that things are possible. You just have to do it. You have to work for it, and it'll happen. So that's probably my top 3 biggest things to happen this year, I would say. Who is someone you would like to collab with in the next year? This is interesting because I've collabed with quite a few people that I never thought I would collab with in the first place. I've collabed with Air12, that dude in blue. I know I've collabed with Ewan. I don't know if you want to consider me being in Jack's videos a collab. Yes, I've collaborated with Jack Ultramotive. Over the next year, though, I would really like to collab with some of the bigger YouTubers that I've met along the way. I don't know who that would be, because there's a lot of people I'd love to collab with, for sure. I think my dream collab would be with FaZe Rug. I watch literally every single one of his videos, and he feels like a homie to me, even though I've never talked to him. He probably doesn't even know of my existence. I have talked to his last editor, Kina, who he's actually a big car guy as well, which is sick. But I think my biggest dream collab would probably be FaZe Rug, just because he seems like such a genuine guy, and I love the videos he does. And I would love to see kind of the more behind the scenes and production side of it, as well as take part in one of the videos. I think that would be so much fun. Other than that, like, I think it'd be super cool to be on one of Mr. Beast's videos. I know it's not technically a collab, but I would love to be in one of his videos. I definitely hope 2021 is a bit smoother, at least. You know, I've got big things planned for 2021, and I genuinely cannot wait for it to happen. But oof, this video over the next few years, looking back, is going to be interesting, and I cannot wait. I genuinely, especially next year's, I can't wait to see where I'm at in a year's time. 2021, please treat us right. That's all I ask. Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. Leave a like on the video. If you're new around here, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Gaming videos are coming back soon. Don't forget it. Yeet. That was cringy.